Welcome to the final day of our border battle here in Kitchener at Peter Hallman Ballyard. And it's time for the events that everybody has been waiting for. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by John Evans, and we are giving up for the women's border battle. Team Canada, Team USA, and I am truly excited for this event because Team Canada and Team USA have been slowly climaxing throughout this weekend to give us their very best in this border battle, John.
Yeah, since Friday, both teams have come here with a mission they're building. Team Canada ladies certainly have the target on their back here, being the defending champions of the inaugural event. And we're expecting a lot of fireworks here offensively, defensively. These ladies have been strong. We have seen both teams out here so far this morning, and both of them look like they are ready for today.
And speaking of strong offensive performances, we have seen it from Team Canada using more of the line drives coming in out of their last game against Kahunaverse to get tuned up for this one. And their lineup goes as follow. Leading off for the Canadians is Patty Simon, followed by Jacqueline O'Quinn at second, Jackie Bates at first, then Erica Burns at shortstop, five-man Kirsten Solberg, then the EH Kate Clowett, followed by the third baseman Tina Gulbranson, center fielder Lenny Stoddart, right fielder Jessica O'Quinn, catcher Ashley Klunder, and starting at the mound for the Canadians is Michelle Lorenz. And they have to deal with quite an offensive team on the U.S. side with 6 new players that the Team Canada did not play against last year's border battle when they won the title in the inaugural border battle in OKC. Team USA being led off by Chelsea Davis at third, followed by Kristen Dowling catching, Tara Salcedo at the mound for the Americans, batting third with Savannah Brown playing second, batting cleanup, then Dara Talman at first base, Jordan Brown at right, Cammie Merritt, the middle infielder, Lee Campbell, left field, Jess Tolbert at center, and to round it out, Kristen Shiflett at short. And we've seen Team USA utilize the long ball a lot more than Team Canada. So it's going to be two different approaches at the plate from both sides. So it should make it even more interesting.
Yeah, for sure. The U.S. is loaded with power top to bottom. And we've seen the Team Canada power more concentrated within the middle of their lineup. Tony Carnelos has been working through this weekend to find that perfect formula. We see a few changes to his lineup that might have not been expected going into this game, but giving the ladies the opportunity throughout the weekend to put their stamp on their position here for this game. It will be interesting to see how that's utilized, but yes, very much so. The Americans are loaded with power and are a constant power threat.
And speaking of the Americans, they are not batting with an extra hitter today. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, to me it looks like Coach Don Cooper has decided he's going to probably look for opportunity in this game. He has some power on the bench. We've seen Aldenice Ewing hit several long balls this weekend. Megan Miller's been very strong. Kennedy Hauser's hit the ball all over the park. So I think Don's going to look for an opportunity at a certain point of the game. It could be early. And I don't think he's going to be afraid to use his bench if he wants that big 3-run homer or seizes an opportunity early. I wouldn't be shocked to see him go quickly to his bench.
And we've seen that throughout the weekend in short spurts, not necessarily when something was on the line for the Americans because they have been spotless this weekend, but Coop has wanted to at least put the pedal to the metal for the Americans and take opportunities when they come. He doesn't want to leave any stones left unturned throughout the weekend, and today is going to be even bigger because this is for all the marbles. And going back to Team Canada, we have seen so many different combinations of lineups from head coach Tony Carnelos, and it almost feels like to me that he's either testing his players to see what they have to prove for wearing the maple leaf on their chests, or that he doesn't want to give his full hand to the Americans getting into this game.
Yeah, he has a 7-lady bench. They've added Olivier Crossley, Shannon Wright, and Amanda Sanderson to the roster. Adds a good amount of depth there for Tony Carnelos.
And now we're going to throw it over to the national anthems. We'll be back after this.
And now the Canadian National Anthem. Ladies, let's play ball!
And there we have it. The national anthems for both teams at this border battle. Very close to being done here. And the Americans just on the dugout in front of our broadcast booth doing their huddle, their pregame ritual. Very united team, always coming together before the game and looking at Canada, contrasting how they do that. Canada's in the dugout doing their pregame ritual. But Team USA, as they disperse, they get to get on the sticks first.
They are. They will be the visitors in this game. Home turf, home team for Team Canada. Could be one of the differences we talk in this game. We feel these teams are very evenly matched. Those small little mistakes, little advantages like having the home sticks. You know how important that is in a baseball game, especially a tight one, which we anticipate some offense, some great defense, and a good matchup.
And here comes the defense, the Maple Leafs, the home team, taking the field first, and they're getting a lot of cheers from the crowd. The Sea of Red has come to play here at Peter Hallman Ball-Yard, and that's exactly what Team Canada needs. This tournament in its 10th year has been to Canada. This is its second time, so it's not every year that Canadians get to enjoy the battle between the Team USA and Team Canada, because the rivalry is very strong in slow pitch.
It is, yeah. I think Canada, the Canada slow pitch program, has earned the respect of the American slow pitch program. Honestly, a lot more Americans do play the sport. They have much bigger pools to draw from. Some of these American players play year-round. We obviously know our climate here in Canada and the ability to have access to fields and how much to play. And it really has turned into a fierce rivalry.
That's right, and thank you again for joining us wherever you are on Hawk Sports Network. We're just about to get underway here. Team Canada, the infield coming together around their starting pitcher, Michelle Lorenz.
Kudos to, Natalie, kudos to the City of Kitchener, and this diamond looks fantastic. We've seen some water over the last days. We just got ourselves to a little wetter pattern there, and the field looks in perfect condition.
It has been immaculate here, and the skies have cleared, so this is a perfect day for baseball. Chelsea Davis leading it off for Team USA. Will it stay or will it go? And that's a solo shot on the first pitch. Chelsea Davis, no question about that, getting the red, white, and blue on the board right away, sending a message, and that's what the border battle is all about. How do you send a message, and how do you respond?
Yeah, we've seen the U.S. teams, all the teams really putting their foot down, and both teams tripped up a little bit last year, and they didn't come out. They were worrying about saving home runs, especially the men's team, and it's been a purpose we've seen for 3 days now that all the U.S. teams have come out aggressively.
And here's Kristen Dowling, the catcher for Team USA. Taking a strike here, playing with a 2-2 count.
It does start with 1-1 count here for this border battle.
There's a shot to the left field gap. Will it find the hole? No, it does not. Lenny Stoddart, the center fielder, playing that shift. They had a feeling that Dowling would find the left half of the field, and they did.
Yeah, Team Canada has gone with the 5-lady infield. They're going to play with 3 outfielders, so they brought that traditional 4th outfielder onto the infield to try and limit the U.S. ability to get base hits here.
And here's the pitcher, Tara Salcedo. And just by watching Team USA, that seems to be the right way to go, because Team USA is hitting the ball in the air as opposed to getting those hard hit ground balls. So you may as well try and take away the hard hit ground balls, and you have some very speedy outfielders out there that can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, we've seen that through the games here. Salcedo works the walk. We have seen Team Canada gifted with some very quick outfielders, and they've covered a lot of ground and made some great plays.
After the walk, Savannah Brown coming up to the dish for the Americans here. 1 out, 1 on. She takes it to the right field line. Will it stay or will it go? No. Patty Simon's all over that, and Salcedo's able to tag. They don't even make the throw. That was too deep to be able to catch Salcedo stealing second on the tag.
Yeah, it looks like U.S. is coming here with a game plan. The game we saw just before that, with the weather pattern was blowing in, and we were starting to see a lot of fly balls get knocked down. It looks like the ball's flying a little bit better here, and the American ladies certainly are challenging that.
Dara Toman waiting for Lorenz.
One of the power threats here through this American lineup.
That's right, we are in the 4th spot here. The cleanup, the second baseman, Toman, rips one down the left field line, called foul, but great diving snag from Tina Gulbranson, showing Team USA that you're going to have to hit it a little harder than that if you want to get past me at the hot corner.
Absolutely, and intensity from both teams right now is certainly lining up to give us a great game here.
Toman digs in again. There's a shot trying to go left side again. Will they get the runner? No, they go straight to first for the 3rd out. Team Canada holding the Americans to 1 run in this top of the 1st. Not a bad way to start and contain the heart of the order.
Yeah, I think Team Canada's going to be really happy with that. The Americans came out aggressively, put some really good swings on the ball. To only get 1 run out of that, Team Canada has a chance to take charge of one of those opportunities. We've talked about opportunities here the last couple days. I see this as a big one for Team Canada.
And that's right, you have to create your own opportunities when you're playing very good teams or very likely talented competition. Canada, you cannot come out flat in this, and they're showing that they've brought the intensity. But when you're playing Team USA, you're obviously not going to get a lot of opportunities, and that's where it comes into play, where you have to manufacture, create your own, and starting with a great defensive start like that, holding them to 1 run, could play into their hand by getting that confidence going and waking up the bats early on.
Yeah, small things. We've talked about them. We're probably not going to see errors or bobbled balls. If we do, you'll see both teams jump on that opportunity. Walks. Dave Jones, a Canadian umpire, is behind the plate from Grimsby, Ontario. Might be a little bit harder on the American ladies, as they're going to have to understand Dave's strike zone early here. Tara's going to be challenged a little bit by it. We haven't seen the American team struggling, the ladies at least, with the strike zone, the men a little bit more, but we'll see how Tara responds.
And here's Patty Simon leading it off for the Canadians, the left fielder taking the first pitch from Salcedo. There's a rip right to Chelsea Davis. She knows what to do with it. Nice and easy, number 28. Great snag.
Yeah, she's very intimidating down there. Very tall player. Strong arm. Great wingspan. We've seen her break a lot of hearts this weekend of ladies who make that wide banana turn thinking they've hit a ball into the corner, and Chelsea staring at it in her glove.
Yes, she definitely keeps the runners close to the bags. You don't want to try and test that arm. And here's second baseman Jack O'Quinn,
who you're familiar with.
Yes, we played together at Humber College on the 2-time winning provincial champion softball team there. And she's transitioned into slow pitch along with her twin sister and her mom, and she gets it through getting that single that Team Canada needs to build on for Jackie Bates.
Yeah, we've seen Jacqueline O'Quinn there really locked on this morning of hitting that ball to that right side. The Americans are as well, are playing with the five-lady infield. It's going to be important for the Team Canada hitters to exploit any of those spots they see on the infield for power hitters such as Jackie.
Especially Jacqueline O'Quinn has been very good at exploiting the right side of the field. Jackie Bates chases at one early. Will it drop? Yes, it does. O'Quinn's on her horse. She makes it to second, rounding second. No chance to steal, but wow, Jackie Bates was gifted there with a blooper right down the line.
I think the Americans, they've obviously been scouting the ladies. Jackie Bates has really hit the ball all over the ballpark this weekend with a lot of power, and certainly they were playing deep and perfectly placed by Jackie Bates. Not ideal, but it gets Team Canada rolling.
And that's the beauty of having that power. You have to respect it in the outfield. Even if that means you're parking cars really deep in the field by the warning track. Those bloopers are going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it because those won't hurt you as much as a home run would or a shot to the gap off the mesh.
For sure.
There's Erica Burns now with a shot very close to where Jackie Bates hit it, but no chance. Lee Campbell is there. The runners do not advance. 2 gone for the Canadians here.
Yeah, this will be important too. Another pressure point in a game like this where there's very little to decide between the teams. 2 out runs. 2 out runs are going to be a major part of this game.
2 out runs have separated the cream from the crop this weekend, seeing the American teams and both men's and women's Canadian teams utilizing those rallies that they get at 2 out. Like there's no pressure at all in the world.
Yeah, for sure. The rallies you need to minimize or maximize depending what side of the ball you're on.
There's a shot from Solberg. Will it drop? No. Great run from Jess Tolbert to shut it down. Canada can't score on this one. They leave 2 ducks on the pond. And we go into the top of the second with a 1-0 lead for Team USA. We'll be right back after this.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. Mom! So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
Welcome back, top of the second. Team USA leading only 1-0 here, and Jordan Brown leads it off, the right fielder in the red hat.
Legal pitch call by the home plate umpire.
There's a shot to the left side. Can she keep it in front of her? No, Erica Burns can't get it in time. That was a hard hit ball right at Burns at short. And one of 3 shortstops we've seen all weekend for Team Canada.
Yeah, wow. Shortstop's been a position of strength, and even on the Kahuniverse team, shortstop and middle infield was their strength. We've seen a number of shortstops from Kira Lyons on down.
And that brings up Cammie Merritt, the 5-man. Long foul with a runner on and none out. So they've got some outs to play with, also some home runs to play with here. They've only hit 1, so they got 9 more to go.
You're allowed 10 here, both the men and the ladies. 10 for how many innings you play, whether it's 4 or 5. If we go to extra innings, 10 home runs is the limit.
Wow, so you really have to get a beat on what could happen and predict the ending before you even get there. At least try and manage your home runs in a way that you don't burn them all too soon in case extra innings happen. And there's a lick on it, but it is caught by Patty Simon. Tagging up is Brown. She's able to make it. No play by the Canadians here.
Certainly, ideally in slow pitch, you don't want to make outs or fly ball outs. A lot of times in the game, people don't take advantage of moving up the extra bag. here is going to be very important. Like we said, there's so little to tell between these two teams that maybe Jordan Brown being able to take up and move and possibly score here on Lee Campbell hit.
And you have to at least, if you're going to get out, make it a somewhat productive at-bat. And by moving up Brown to second base, here comes Lee Campbell with a hard hit ball to Bates, and she's able to work it and get the out at third. But Brown, she's threatening from third here with 2 gone for the Canadians.
Yeah, Canada looks a little jumpy to me on defense. I think the edge would have been taken off if they scored some runs. But just a little jumpy. The ground ball there to Burns earlier at short was a play she'd normally want, and Jackie, I'm sure, would want to play that one a little bit more clean, but was smart, got down on the ball, kept it in front of her, made the play.
Fundamentals, always go back to basics when things get a little rough. And here's Jess Tolbert, the center fielder, launching one into center field here. Lenny Stoddart making the throw in. Tolbert does her job, scoring. Brown from third, edging to a 2-0 lead here. And now that brings out Don Cooper.
As we suspected, as we touched on and talked a little bit, Don Cooper going with that 10-lady lineup. He's going to take advantage of the depth on his lineup. He's felt out how the game has been early on and decided that this is an opportunity. 2 out. Maybe senses Canada might be a little bit flat here and is going to use a pinch hitter here.
Denise Ewing, we've seen her at first base this weekend, coming off the bench for Kristen Shiflett at shortstop. And I totally see where head coach Don Cooper is going with this. Shiflett isn't exactly the strongest hitter on the team. Denise Ewing, we've seen her launch a few out of the park, and if she can get a 2-run shot by the second inning and manage it to 2 home runs at this rate, that's not a bad idea for Team USA, and they have unlimited substitutions.
Yeah, for sure. So they're looking here to make a statement.
And she pops it up. Erica Burns, nope, Solbert makes the catch. And there we go, Team Canada fired up as they end the threat. Team USA only getting 1 run on the Canadians, and now they need to fire themselves up and inflate that offense to the way that they've been hitting line drives, finding the gaps, manufacturing those runs, and getting people like Jackie Bates and Erica Burns to come up and do their job.
Yeah, certainly they'll be looking for Kate here to get the ladies going here. It's going to continue a trend of some of their stronger hitters here, Tina and Lenny, and then Jessica. They're going to really want to put the hammer down here. You can see a little bit of urgency on the coaches. You know, Tony's going up and down the front of the fence here, just saying, let's get going. Let's not panic, but let's have a little bit of aggression of our own.
And that makes sense. There is a sense of urgency because this game can go so quickly. This may be the longest first 2 innings of a game that we've seen all weekend, and it goes so quickly because both teams haven't been able to get on a rally. But at the same time, things can change very fast. And there we have it, a ground ball to the left field side. Can they still hold on and make the play? Yes, they do. Kate Clowett can't do much with a chopper to Kristen Shiflett.
Just make a comment on the last 2 pitches. Michelle Lorenz took that aggressiveness that Ewing came up to the plate with through a deep pitch. Denise couldn't have the discipline there to hold up on it and pop something up. And I think Tara here just took advantage of maybe realizing that Team Canada is on the edge a little bit. The ballpark seems to be on edge a little bit here, right through the stands, and took advantage through a good pitch. Not much Kate could do with that pitch. She swung at a high pitch and rolled over top of it for an easy out.
Right, and Tina Gobranson trying to be a little more choosy up at the dish, taking the first 2 pitches, not wanting to get a high pitch that she can't do much with. She takes a strike there, though. Full count for the third baseman. There's a shot up the middle. That's what Team Canada needed. You can hear the roars and the cheers from the sea of red here at Peter Hallman Ball-Yard. Team Canada's got a runner on the base paths.
Yeah, it was a big cheer, one of those cheers of a whole bunch of people holding their breath. I think the edge is off the crowd. You can see people just in their shoulders are release a little bit. Everything's fine here, and Lenny will continue this rally.
Lenny Stoddart, the center fielder here, has been consistent all weekend long, and we've seen her more at the top of the lineup. But she's able to find the right side of the field. Will it drop? No, it will not. Jordan Brown is all over that. No one moves. And there's an out for the Americans here. But Lenny Stoddard doing the right idea, shooting it to the right side, giving the runner at first a chance to make it all the way to third on those long throws from the right side of the field.
I think Tony was trying to take advantage of Lenny's versatility, slotting her in a part of a lineup where he thought there might be some crucial at-bats. Lenny put a good swing on the ball there, just didn't get the results.
That's right, and that brings up Jessica O'Quinn, another Humber Hawks alum.
Start seeing in these at-bats now, the ladies are much more in control of the bat. They're not rushing.
The right fielder try and get it up. It tips off of Salcedo's glove. They can't get to second in time. Brown slides in, able to beat the tag, beat the force. Jess O'Quinn getting that infield single. Salcedo, I'm sure she wants that one back, being able to let it go for her middle infielder, Cami Merritt.
Yeah, certainly the instinct of the pitcher to stick almost anything you can at. Bare hand, glove. Tara would have been better served there, letting that ball go through.
And you've been in those positions before. How would you feel about something like that?
Yeah, it's a hard instinct to get away from. You want to make a play on any ball you have a potential to. You don't always know exactly where your fielder is. You sense them there. And usually you always hang your head afterwards and go, ah, shucks.
Uh-oh. Ashley Klunder barely missing, heading back to the dugout on that fly out. Great play from the first baseman, Dara Toma, to make her way over, try to find the fence in the dugout, but the ball just got pushed out by mere inches. Klunder digs in again.
These are one of these small opportunities that got a bit of a gift, just barely getting out of play.
There's a shot up the middle, and that's going to end the threat. Team Canada, runners on, can't cash them in. They're going to kick themselves after that, but they have been hitting the ball well. They have been hitting the ball up the middle and finding the holes in the infield. Stay with us. We'll be back for some American at-bats. Welcome back. Team USA being led off by Chelsea Davis with a long fly out to Lenny Stoddard out in center field. Canada getting the first out, getting the first hitter out of the way here, making room for Kristen Dowling to follow up.
Chelsea, dangerous hitter, obviously hit a home run her first at bat, so it's a good start for Michelle.
Lorenz, deep first pitch. Dowling takes that, 2-1. A legal pitch.
I don't think they played here today. Maybe might be in there from yesterday.
And Dowling takes the 3-pitch walk.
That just hit the tip of the plate there. Any ball hits the plate. It is a ball, dead ball, called right away. Cannot clearly have been through the strike zone if it never cleared the plate.
And could spell trouble for Team Canada. At this point of the lineup, Tara Salcedo is known to launch the balls out of the park. With a runner on, that could be dangerous.
I expect Tara here to maybe look at the right side, hit away from that 5-man. She gave a shot her first at bat.
There's a shot to the right center valley. Dowling is on her horse, making it to third. Wow, way to move over there. Great piece of hitting from Salcedo and great base running from Dowling. That's putting Team Canada in a bit of a pinch here. They're able to use the force at second, but Team USA is very good at positioning the ball where they want. I anticipate something similar coming up at this at-bat for Savannah Brown.
And you see how important this game is. Christian has been going station to station most of this weekend, maybe saving herself for this game, but she really hustled around into third base.
There's a rip to center field. That will find the gap off the fence, the warning track. Dowling scores. Salcedo will stand up at third, and Brown will stand into second with an RBI double. 3-0 Team USA.
Yeah, taking advantage of those opportunities. Stop the rallies, right? That's what we've seen here. There's been times where you get that first out, and all of a sudden we've seen 11, 15, some 16-run inning, one big inning today as well. Team Canada here has to find some way to stop that little wave of momentum.
That's true, and Team USA is not taking a lot of pitches. They've been very disciplined at the plate, letting go a lot of balls, and when there was a strike, they jump on it right away.
Yeah, I would say they've had disciplined aggression right off the top here. They're being aggressive on pitches they don't know they can do stuff with. They're not letting that pitch go.
There's a shot up the right field alley. That'll plate one. Brown makes it to third with Tillman getting an RBI single. 4-0 Team USA.
I think Coach Carnelos, Coach Kelly over there are certainly going to not let this thing get too far out of control. They are allowed one mound visit an inning for speed of play reasons. But Tony has added some pitchers to the roster. They're deep in the pitching position. If he has to make a move, I don't think he'll be hesitant.
Jordan Brown with a rip to the left side of the field. Is there a grab? Yes, there is. Patty Simon making a spectacular running grab to get Team Canada's second out of the inning, but that's still a sac fly for Brown. And Team Canada pushes them. Team USA pushes up 5-0 here.
Yeah, certainly sac flies aren't usually celebrated too much in slow pitch, but I think the U.S. team is recognizing Canada's down a little bit. That swing had some purpose on it of ideally the home run.
And there's a shot to the right side of the field. Tina Gulbranson makes easy work of that. Team Canada ending the threat here.
But certainly if they could score a run, it was a smart, strong swing there by Jordan Brown to at least plate that run, stay out of hitting something on the ground where they wouldn't score the run. Coach Carnelos grabbing his ladies down the first base line, I think, to just try and kick any nervous energy that might still be rattling around in there away from them. They are defending champions. They certainly know what needs to be done, and they're not going to be intimidated by any real situation.
And it's also most of the team returning from that border battle win last year in OKC, the inaugural border battle for the women. This is the 10th year for the men. And sometimes when you have the target on your back, it's you getting in your own way, not the opponent.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They're nothing to panic too much about yet. They have had some poor swings. I think swings they want back. We're only talking about, they've only 2 innings, almost through their lineup the first time. Get those knee knockers out of your system. Go back to your swing. Don't swing at or put a good swing on a pitch you can't do much on.
Exactly.
Usually results are poor.
Keep it simple. And Michelle Lorenz, the pitcher for Team Canada, leading off the bottom of the third here. She's been known to keep things simple because of her veteran leadership. Not much can throw her off.
No, nice, calm personality. And she wants to do what's best for the team at all times. And that's hard discipline to learn sometimes. It takes you a great many years in the game to understand that.
She takes a strike there. Full count on Lorenz. None out. She pops it up. She is out, fouling out on her third strike here. Passing off the torch, the bat, to her daughter, Jacqueline O'Quinn, on deck. Perhaps giving her some words of advice, which is always good to see from veterans coming off from the field if they know that they learned something or may have made a mistake, and you give your bench an idea of what you went through, it can help them later on in the game. But here comes Patty Simon, the left fielder.
And certainly teams take on the personality of their veteran players.
There's a knuckler, and she deals that knuckler all the way to left field, but Lee Campbell is there. She's able to make the catch, and Lee Campbell had to stay with that ball until the very end because that was knuckling all the way to left field. We've seen a few times when fielders, even on the infield, they are not able to handle a knuckler because it just falls right out underneath them very quickly.
Yeah, something we noticed in a few U.S. games too. Their outfielders in the corners really overplay towards the lines. You can see Lee Campbell's not even in the screenshot there. They are only playing with 3 outfielders. They're really leaving a wide open gap there in left center.
There's Jack O'Quinn.
Almost like they're baiting them to try and hit that and hit into the teeth of the 5-man infield, who the shortstop and 5-man are really stacked, filling up that gap.
And that makes sense. You have to bait them because the other team is looking to find the holes, especially on the right side of the field. O'Quinn takes another deep pitch, takes the walk for Jackie Bates.
So here's the story so far in the game. The U.S. has taken, any opportunities they've had, they capitalized on them. Here's one of those small mistakes we talked about. Again, 2 out. Team Canada has no energy. Tara, I don't think, really wanted to walk Jackie there, Jacqueline, but she wasn't able to find a strike here and gets up to one of Canada's power threats.
Jackie Bates getting herself out again. Very uncharacteristic of the power hitter. And Dowman able to make the out in foul territory. Canada was threatening, not getting a lot from their power hitter Jackie Bates, but we'll see them out on the field after this.
That's 2 bad swings, Patty. Yep. Terrific. First one you got away with.
Take 1 empty field, round up a group of players, add 3 bases, plus 1 home plate, throw in a softball, and add an umpire. It's not hard to get a game of softball going and to keep it going from the time you're 4 till you're 84. Softball. Get in the game.
Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning. Team USA tacking on the runs, winning 5-0. Pardon me. And that brings up the left fielder Lee Campbell leading off for the red, white, and blue. She takes the first pitch from Lorenz.
Home plate umpire Dave Jones called that one a strike.
That was an interesting call.
Yeah, Lee accepted it, but I don't think was pleased with it. Michelle trying to exploit that with the next pitch.
There's a rip. Short. Can she make it? No, she lets it drop. Lenny Stoddard cannot make the play out in no man's land. There's a single for the Americans, courtesy of Lee Campbell.
There's a break, too. Not the best swing in the world, not the best contact. And it managed to find a hole to land into and gives the U.S. The ability to get going here.
Jess Tolbert up at the dish, trying to wait out that pitch to hit it to the right side. Can Solberg hold on to it? Yes, she does. Amazing athletic play to deal with an off throw from Jackie Bates and keep her foot glued to second base to get the force out. Jackie, you owe her one. She saved your hide out there with the throw, but that's what you have to have. You have to have that trust in your teammates no matter what happens, that they're going to pick you up no matter what. And there's a rip to the right center gap. Kristen Shiflett is able to find the hole, and Team USA is on their horse. They're able to get 2 out of this. Shiflett sliding into second for a double. And Tolbert Standing at third, Team USA is threatening, and they are loud right now, John.
Yeah, they're smelling some blood in the water here. Like the Futures team, who was the best team at doing that, and like we've seen multiple other teams through this weekend, opportunity, and they're going to try and seize it here.
And here we have the top of the order, Chelsea Davis. Definitely a threat.
Home runner first at bat. Tried for it, I believe, the second at bat, just got under it.
A little too high for her. Takes the second ball. The third ball, rather. 3-1 count.
Under normal circumstances, it would be fine to maybe pitch around Chelsea Davis here. However, Christian Dowling is looming on deck.
And Lorenz went for it. They're making the play at home. And yes, they get her. They get Tolbert. Making a break for it to home. Little bit of a brain fart on the base paths, hitting it to the left side. Normally, if you're standing at second or third as a base runner, you know you don't even have a chance to score hitting to the left side. And Erica Burns knew what to do with it. Checker. She went, so she went home with it too. So great play between Klunder and Burns to try and get that out. And now they're playing with a force at second and runners at the quarter, so they walk Dowling.
Intentional walk, Christian Dowling. I was going to say, if you're going to pitch to her here, I would be careful here. No disrespect to Tara. She's showing. But it is a pressure point that you can maybe exploit here. Being someone walked in front of you, especially load up the bases, is a bit of a slap in the face. So let's see if Tara can handle the pressure.
And I'm sure Tara expected that.
Yeah, hitting behind Christian. We may see the men's game. Steele Lewis on the Canadian side. We'll see how the U.S. handle him. But it's a very similar situation.
Bases juiced for the pitcher, Tara Salcedo. Lines one foul on the right side of the field. Right idea. Not trying to hit the ball too hard, but just get a good swing on it to the gap and let those runners run.
Yeah, Tara seems to be at her best when she's waiting, really lets that ball travel. Kind of plays with that off-field hit, and I would suspect we're going to see something hit at that middle infield area.
Team Canada making their adjustments here. Salcedo can spray the ball at just about anywhere in the field, and the right field corner is looking juicy right now. She finds the alley in right center. Jess O'Quinn comes up with it. Jack O'Quinn making the throw home. Cannot get an out there. Davis slides in easily. And that means there's 2 runners on, 2 runners score. And there's a force at third with 2 gone for Team Canada here. Knowing full well that Salcedo has been clutch all weekend, she comes through once again.
2-out pitcher rule there. They'll get the designated runner in for Tara so she can get in there and get her protective gear on.
And here comes Savannah Brown. Still the threat looms from Team USA. 2 runners on here for Brown.
It's one of the dangers, too, of walking Christian Dowling there, is you did force another run into scoring position as Chelsea took advantage of that and scampered home.
Illegal pitch. Savannah Brown taking the walk.
Legal pitch here called by home plate umpire Dave Jones.
The batting for Team USA, the first baseman, number 23, Dara Tolman.
That brings up Dara Tolman,
Some
the
gasps.
first baseman. Yes, I'm hearing the gaps. We're hearing a lot here from the broadcast booth on both the Canadian and the American side. Very vocal. Everybody is locked in on this game.
They
It's
are.
great to feel the energy here. There's a shot. There's a no-doubter for Tolman. Is it in or is it out? No, it stays in. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. Will it be 3? Yes, it is. Team Canada does not make the play. There is no chance there. Burns has to hold on to the ball. And Team USA has opened a can of worms here, John.
They sure have. That was a big fly, hits the base of the fence, perfectly placed. Tony Carnelos recognizes the severity or the hole that the Team Canada ladies currently are in. He's going to slow it down a little bit, slow down Jordan Brown, maybe get her thinking a little bit of her at bat. As she's smiling, I don't think she feels too much of the pressure, but certainly things change. As we have spoken about, you get those runs, you get that lead, hitting becomes a little bit easier. The U.S. ladies have put up 5 runs this inning. Things are getting a little easier for them.
Definitely, the more they distance themselves, the further they get to that border battle title and making that ride home, their travel home, much sweeter.
I'm suspecting part of this too, honestly, is Coach Carnelos, as you see him talking with Dave. They're talking about that illegal pitch call, wanting to know where it was, supporting his players, showing the girls out on the field that are battling that he's along there battling with them.
Exactly, and that's what you need from a great coach. Tony Carnelos has proved to be one with his team this weekend and helping develop this women's program in slow pitch. And here we go, Lorenz starting with a strike. That's how you answer back after a team conference like that. Here comes Brown. She gets a piece of it, but not all of it. Patty Simon's able to make the grab and the threat, but they are down 10-0 here. Team Canada has some digging to do to get out of this hole.
Yeah, it's go time now. There's going to be no excuses here. We are going to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're down 10. Don't have to get old 10 back, but now the ladies have to respond. There has to be some sort of response here.
That's right. They've put nothing but zeros on the scorecard for Team Canada, keeping them scoreless, but they have been threatening. It is not all hope is lost here at this game. Team Canada has been getting on base, but it's just been the players that have been up at the dish with runners on haven't been able to come through.
Yeah, they're just missing that one big hit each inning, or they're just having that one bad swing in the right opportunity. It's really a difference, that small of a difference. One small swing, one not proper swing, and it just kind of squelches everything or slows everything down.
And to me, that's the mental side of the game. You know when you're in a situation that there's more pressure than others, and when you have runners waiting to come in, especially when you've been putting up zeros all game, the mental side of slow pitch, softball and baseball comes in, and it gets in your own way instead of just putting a good swing on it that you've been doing thousands of times, especially Team Canada athletes. They've been doing this for a very long time in many different outlets of the sport, softball, be it baseball or slow pitch. And these women are very experienced, and they're able to find their composure. And we've had some changes in this inning.
Yeah, we've had some changes and outs. Hopefully we'll get them sent down our way here. But it looks like Dawn Cooper is making some defensive changes.
In the meantime, here's Erica Burns, the shortstop, finding the hole. It hits the fence. She rounds first. She's going for 2. She's going to stand up with some cheers to back her up there. Erica Burns starting it up here in the bottom of the 4th for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, she looks at her team, hands out, quick slap going, let's go. It's not panic, let's go. And you're in a good part of the order. Christian Solberg, solid at the plate.
Kirsten Solberg has been solid at the plate, very consistent also in the field. She's been one of the key reasons that Canada has been able to hold on to certain games because of her range in the middle infield. And here she takes this one foul on the right side of the field over the stands here. Wants to shoot it to the right side to give Burns an opportunity to cross the plate and break the ice.
Yeah, was a large gap down that line. She was looking to just drop that ball in there.
There's a knuckler from Salcedo.
Good concentration.
Solberg takes it.
Dave Jones called illegal fairly early. Good concentration.
Another deep and high pitch. Solberg, great discipline at the plate, playing with a full count. There's a rip. Tips off the glove of Salcedo. They check the runner at second. Are they able to hold on to it? Oh, Toman able to pick it out from the dirt. Wow. That happened so fast. Cami Merritt had no time to get that out of her glove, especially with the tip from Salcedo. But Burns, smart base running, glued to second base, knowing she had no chance to even take a step because Merritt was so close. And that brings up Kate Clowett.
And she certainly knows at this point her scoring or moving up isn't critical to the result. Team Canada has some work to do here, and there's no point in forcing things, giving the Americans any extra momentum.
Of course. Clowett taken another illegal pitch here.
There we go. We got you calling even illegal pitches now. You're on your game.
Took a few days. Like I said, the sports may be different by a small margin, but the love is still the same. And Clowett takes the walk. Team USA now has the force at third. There's only one out for the Americans here, and that brings up Tina Gulbranson from third base here, and I'm sure she's itching for a nice shot through the gap.
Yeah, she's looking. good on Tara Salcido. She was moving her defender over. I think Tina's strength here is something over the first base.
Cami Merritt going back and forth in the middle infield, but Branson finds the hole. It stays fair. Burns rounding third. Clowett makes it to third. And there we go. Branson with the RBI that Team Canada needed to break the ice. And maybe one run, but this crowd's fired up. They're sensing that Canada could be onto something here.
Yeah, didn't want to say told you so, but Tina's strength is there, and she took advantage of it. That short pitch. Tara hasn't left too many balls short of the plate, but most of the misses have been deep. But Tina was able to jump all over that pitch, knew it was something she could do something with. It may not have been a strike, but knew it was going to accomplish her goal.
And here's Lenny Stoddart letting that knuckler go. Not something that she wants to do. She wants something with a little bit of spin on it.
Yeah, Tara's knuckleball looks like it's working a little bit. So yeah, if you can get that pitch where it's a little easier to gauge the ball flight, it will be better for Lenny here.
And good eye from Stoddart, the center fielder.
We've seen this a little bit this weekend with Tara on the mound. She comes not unglued, but a little, whether there's a concentration lapse for a little bit.
Oof.
She throws a good pitch. Lenny almost bailed her out there.
Yes,
but she always
did.
seems to kind of get back on that beam. She might walk someone, make a couple bad pitches, almost like she enjoys getting herself into a tough situation and then the joy of getting out of it.
Doing things the hard way.
Sometimes there's something to that.
I think so. When the pressure is on, you have no choice but to perform. And there's Stoddart. Skies went to the right center alley, and Jordan Brown is there to gobble it up. They're able to score a run here, though. Clote crosses the plate. RBI, sac fly. So still a productive quality at-bat here for Canada, and now that brings up the right fielder, Jess O'Quinn, with a runner on third.
This is the difference here. This is a big point in this game. 2 outs. Crawled back a little bit. The ladies do need more. They know that they need more. They know that they had to come in this inning and cut this 10-run lead in half as at a minimum.
Here comes with a bit of a spin going counterclockwise. Jess takes a strike here. Playing with a 2-2 count with 2 gone. Runner at third. There's the spin she wanted. Will it stay out of reach? No, it won't. Jordan Brown was all over that. That was quite the run to grab that tailing fly ball from O'Quinn. Team Canada able to put 2 runs up, leaves 1 runner at third, and still able to break the ice and get the fans fired up, but it was short-lived.
It was, yeah. Would much rather have seen a response like that in the second or the third inning. Would make their job a little bit easier. 3 innings left here. The Americans certainly have dominated maybe the first 4.
And that's right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the 5th inning here. Team Canada, Team USA border battle on Hawk Sport Network.
What was that substitute?
Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning. The Americans leading 10-2 here. Cami Merritt, the middle infielder for the Americans, fouling one off. 1-2 count.
And the Americans are going to want to answer here, I think, and show that they're here to finish this thing off.
There's a rip through the left side, past Branson. Can't do much with that. And they roll the ball into second base to keep the threat contained at first. Merritt doing her job as the leadoff, getting on base.
Yeah, that's what you want from your leadoff hitter in an inning, especially when Team Canada is trying to make a little pushback. They answered with 2, but the Americans are going to quickly say, hey, that's enough. It's going to stop here, and playing that strong mind game. Coop, as we figured, would use the full roster whenever he sees opportunity, and he's smelling some opportunity here.
That's right, bringing in Megan Miller batting for Lee Campbell in left field. Lee Campbell hasn't seen too much of the plate throughout the second half of the weekend here. Coop trying to find that spark off his bench, and he's got a very deep bench to go up to bat with.
As we spoke about at the beginning of the broadcast here, they decided to hit a 10-lady lineup, so it did give him an extra stick off the bench that he has already utilized with Denise in the first inning.
And here's Miller with a runner on, none out. There's a rip to the right side. Jess O'Quinn's got a beat on it. Yes, she does. They do not tag up. Merritt stays at first. Does not challenge the arm of O'Quinn in right. And Canada has an out.
Yeah, they're looking for any spark here. You can see everyone here is looking to erupt with a couple runs scored there last inning, but the crowd here is really looking for a defensive gem here. Go crazy, get some momentum, help these ladies out.
Go crazy, Team Canada. Ches Tolbert for Team USA rips a shot past Lorenz up the middle. Merritt making sure that she doesn't get into any trouble. Walks into second. No issues. Ball doesn't come back to check her at all. And Team Canada with the force at third with one out.
Yeah, the ladies here at the bottom of the order, they know what they need to do. Get on any way they can, go station to station, get it up for the Chelsea Davises, Dowlings, and Savannah Browns of the world.
And here's Shiflett taking a high ball. 2-1. There's a rip to the right side. O'Quinn has a beat on it as well. It tails, and she makes the throw to 2. No way that Merritt was going to challenge that. Keeping the threat contained. 2 gone for the Canadians.
Big part of the game here. Canada is going to want to get out of this without giving up a run. Get kind of their first goose egg of the game. They had a little bit of momentum start the bottom half of the fourth. And look to capitalize here in the top part of the fifth.
That's right, Chelsea Davis, the lineup turning over for the third baseman, leading off. Just gets under this. Will it find the gap? She gets under and she finds the gap. Merritt will score. Another run is coming in. And Davis, with a 2-run RBI double, goes up 12-2 for the Americans, sticking Canada 10.
There's the answer the Americans certainly wanted. They wanted to answer at least the 2 that Canada put up. And they were able to do so quite easily.
That's right. Canada needs to buck up on their defense and especially on their offense here. Not too much you can do with a lot of what Team USA has been able to hit and find the gaps and hit over their heads. You have to give them respect, but Team USA is demanding respect with this 12-2 lead here, and that brings up Kristen Dowling, the catcher, with a runner in scoring position.
I think Michelle looked in the dugout here. They're going to pitch carefully to Kristen Dowling. There's some talk about maybe walking her.
Then they walk to the last inning to load the bases.
Christian didn't like that last strike call.
There's a rip to the right side. Jess O'Quinn's got a trail back toward the line, but she's able to make the out. Jess O'Quinn has been busy in this inning in right field as she's running in there to join her team. Team Canada walking out of their dugout, making sure that everybody's getting some attention here. Everyone's getting some inspiration because it's time to make a move.
Yeah, that was a big out. That was Kristen Dowling, is clearly one of the most dangerous hitters on the U.S. side, and to be able to get out of that, she put a good swing on the ball, got an out. It looks like there is a re-entry. Umpire Dave Jones looking up at us. And Tony Carnelis is looking like he's going to go to his bench as well. 7 ladies he can choose from. Looks like Kalunder is still going to continue to hit, so I would suspect there's going to be a move made here for pitcher Michelle Lorenz. It looks like Kira Lyons has gone onto the on-deck circle. Impressed with her the last game, the last tune-up game, playing shortstop, one of the many shortstops we've seen over the weekend from Tony. solid defense, and she hit the ball really well. So Tony, we'll see if she can continue that streak.
That's right. Not only can she hit the ball hard, but she is super fast on the base paths, and just a single, she can take at least 2 bases if she's on first or second.
And Tony's looking to put some pressure on here, puts her trust in Ashley to get it going.
That's right. Put some pressure on the outfield arms, try and extending some runs here. And here's Ashley Klunder up at the dish, the catcher trying to start something for Team Canada here. Takes the knuckler to the right side of the field. Can they make the grab? No! Solid dive from Jess Tobert, but cannot hold on to it. And there's Klunder sliding, sneaking into second base. And that's how you get an inning started for Team Canada, who's down 10.
Ashley, another one of those veterans. You're not going to see her get up and punch her fist in the air with youthful enthusiasm. She workmanlike. She knows what she had to do. She did it, hustled in. Next lady she knows, she trusts in.
And she's giving some work to Lyons now with a runner in scoring position. She knows what she has to do. Probably looking to shoot something to the right side of the field to give Klunder another opportunity to run those bases. But now she chops it over to the left side, cut off by Chelsea Davis. Lyons trying to get in there with a dive to first, but there was no contest on that one. Chelsea Davis just cut it off way too soon, and I love that defensive play because third baseman should always cut off those slow choppers because shortstop is always so deep, and by cutting it off, they're already making their momentum toward first base, so very smart defense from the third baseman, Davis. Patty Simon rolling over the lineup here, finds the middle infielder, Cami Merritt, and there's another out for Team USA, but Klunder able to move over to third easily. Didn't even check the runner at second. Merritt just made the throw.
Yeah, I think U.S. Don's told them, calm down, grab whatever outs you can. Team Canada going into this inning only had 9 outs left, 7 now for the game, and they're in an out-counting situation. They're going to quite willing to give up a run or two to get through an inning here.
That brings up Jack O'Quinn. She has been very clutch all weekend long with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. She's someone who will look for a pitch just to put a good stroke on it and find the hole to do her job and get on base. And if someone's waiting to come in, they'll come in too.
Walker last at bat, had a real solid at bat. Followed up her hit in the first.
Illegal. And this is funny for me because it feels like deja vu watching Jack O'Quinn batting second in the lineup. She was always at the top of the lineup because of her speed and consistency, and she was a slapper for Humber College. So this is kind of a deja vu watching her. Didn't see her hit too often because she usually tried to get on with speed, but same concept. She's always been so good at just getting on base. There's a rip through the left side of the field. Jack O'Quinn comes through again, making the turn at first, doing what she does best and that she's been doing best since her days at Humber. Scoring a run here and getting on for Jackie Bates here, and I bet there's a lot going on through Jackie's mind. Either there's a lot going on or absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's one of the two, right? But either one, it's working. And let's see if Jackie Bates is able to capitalize on the good at bat there by O'Quinn.
That's right. Jackie Bates got to be choosy here. Going after the first pitches in her last few at bats has gotten her into trouble, and she takes this one. Seeing that adjustment here, not the pitch she wants, and Salcedo is trying to bait her with a nice tall pitch with some spin to bait a pop-up here. Bates again can't seem to catch a break, but will it fair? No, it is foul, and she gets another gift on the opposite side of the field. Jackie Bates making her way back home. Just one of those games for Bates. The monkey's got to come off the back sometime.
Yeah, for sure. She's putting good quality at bats. It's just kind of on the wrong pitches.
Must be something fundamentally that she's probably thinking of. Maybe am I leaning too back? Am I dipping my back shoulder when I'm trying to make a hit? When I'm trying to swing the bat, is my front foot coming up and making my eyes off level? There's a lot of things that could be going on, but it's always the little things. And she takes this pitch, great discipline from Bates. Now she's working with a full count from Salcedo. There's a rip. Will it get through? No. Merritt able to make it to second and beat out O'Quinn. But at least we're seeing some adjustments from Jackie Bates, keeping it on the ground. But it's not enough for Canada as they're able to put one up, but they are still stuck 9 going into the 6th inning. We'll be back after this.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. Mom! So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning. Team USA leading off with the pitcher, Tara Salcedo, going up against the pitcher matchup that I always enjoyed. And there's a big swing and a rip, but just gets under it. Patty Simon able to make the catch to get the first out on the first pitch here. And Team Canada has to deal with keeping USA off the board, trying to maintain the deficit that is already there so they can get back on the bats and try and chip away again, because we are basically winding down on this border battle here.
It's getting late.
They're going to turn into a pumpkin pretty soon. Savannah Brown, great patience at the dish, hitting it to the Louisville Slugger sign out in right center field, and she walks into second base with a stand-up double. That was a rip going on the opposite side of the field. And doing it from the left side, no doubt. You have to be very strong. You have to have extra strength to be able to shoot it and keep it at a nice line drive or even out of the park on the opposite side of the field. It's almost like that extra wrist strength that you need to shoot it over there.
Yeah, very smooth all the way through it.
Very smooth, like butter. And here comes Dara Tauman, the first baseman, playing with a runner at second here.
There's the food reference.
That's only one. Oh, there's a rip, a tomahawk off the...
And she made the catch.
Oh my goodness, what a catch. I hope we can see that one again. Lenny Stoddard making a catch that people didn't think would even see the light of day. Lenny getting a great jump on that ball, going to her glove side with a leaping catch. That would have been off the mesh and trouble for Canada, but Lenny Stoddard keeps her squad in the game, and only the runner's able to only take one bag instead of scoring and keeping another runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That really have to put your body on the line there. Lenny managed to get a foot down in time to stop her from running in the fence. She gets unbalanced there. That's going to be a pretty violent collision there and not under control.
Exactly, and the runner will be able to score. You got to get that ball in as soon as possible in a situation like that. There is urgency out on this field with runners in scoring position, but Team Canada, with 2 gone already in this top of the 6th, and they're able to make 1 out here and keep Team USA scoreless, then they've done their job.
Jordan Brown substituted back in this game.
Jordan Brown, foul ball over her dugout, over Team Canada's dugout, sorry. Playing with a 1-2 count here. Lorenz in the driver's seat. Deep pitch. Brown takes that for a ball. 2-2 count, 2 gone. And a 12-3 ball game for Team USA. The pressure is not on them right now. There's a shot to the left side. Jack O'Quinn. Oh, and the ball gets by O'Quinn. Team USA is able to score the run from third. You could tell that Jack was a little apprehensive getting to that ball because she was so deep. She was anticipating an interesting hop, and it did happen, but she was not able to get her full body behind it. It's just a weird thing when the ball goes from dirt to grass. Anything can happen for an infielder.
Yeah, your confidence level has to be high that you're sure you know what the hops are going to be, and you played aggressively.
Cami Merritt with a rip down the left side of the field. That'll be foul.
Yeah, it's a little bit different here. Ladies, the men you'll see don't usually get the opportunity to play on diamonds where they can play that deep and actually get some true hops on grass. You don't want to play with those lips. A lot of the times, a lot of diamonds are very much uneven, and there's elevation changes going from the infield to the outfield.
Of course, this is one of the nicest diamonds that you can see. Some of the diamonds that I grew up on, you're almost expecting to get a shot in the mouth from a ground ball because you don't know where it's going half the time. It's gravel, and Patty Simon cannot pick up the ball right away. Team USA capitalizes on that mental error. Savannah Brown able to cross home, put up another run on the board for the red, white, and blue. And that's where the mental errors are going to come in, and Team USA can run away with it at this point.
Yeah, you want to find a reason here or a way, somehow, something to shut this down. 11's an uphill battle as it is, but minimize. Got to minimize here. We're in the 6th.
And Lee Campbell getting her first at-bat of the game. She's been subbed out twice for Aldenice Ewing, and also Megan Miller from the Americans here. Dawn Cooper giving her a shot here. Will it find the dirt? No, it won't. Patty Simon making the out, ending the threat, but Team USA putting up some runs here, slowly chipping away, adding insurance, and Team Canada has a lot more work to do here. They are stuck 11 going into the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, I think the conversation now stops from going, hey, ladies, we got to cut this in half, to you need to get into double digits, find some way to score 7. Give yourself a chance in the 7. You know the Americans are going to give you a little bit more pushback at the end. They're still in a decent part of their order. They got the bottom part of the American order to come up in the 7th, and then you have to run that gauntlet again at Chelsea Davis and Dowling and Salcido and Brown and Toman. It goes on and on. You can't go in that inning down more than 5 or 6. So this is going to be one of the defining moments, I think, of this game of how the Canadian squad, who great part of their lineup, right? We're looking at the 4-hitter here, Erica Burns, which has got a base hitter last at bat, and then it really turns it over to the Solbergs, Clout, Gulbransons. There's no doubt here in the park that the ladies can do it. We always talk about teams generally have that one big inning. See if this is Team Canada's one big inning and what that truly means.
That's right, and they have the home crowd rallying around them here in Kitchener. The Sea of Red is reigning here at Peter Hallman Ball-Yard. Erica Burns getting ready. She's been able to start off innings very well for Team Canada. She scored a couple times here, but has never been enough for the Maple Leafs. They have to be able to string the hits and the runs together when there's 2 outs. And usually as soon as it's 2 outs, they have the wind taken out of their sails. There's Burns taking the first pitch strike from Salcedo.
Yeah, they're wearing the black hat today. They're in the black uniform, so you might as well be the bad guy, right? The bad guy always wears black, so no reason to break some American hearts here.
Batman wears black. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Which depends which way you look at it. Some people think he's a bad guy.
I think he's a good guy.
It says a lot.
This is a conversation for a different day. Erica Burns playing with a full count here, and she takes the walk, getting on any way she can. Canada giving her the applause of approval. Put some base runners on. Let's get Solberg going here, the middle infielder for the red and white and the black.
In the black.
There's a shot. Not what she wanted. Will it find the grass? No. It will find the dirt in foul territory. Solberg gets another chance here, but now she's down 1-2 with Salcedo in the driver's seat with none on. None out.
She's waiting long enough. She's really letting that pitch travel. I think she's just kind of dropping her hands and then going too fast to it, so that bat's really dragging on her. Instead of driving it like we've seen her do all weekend, there's just a little drag in there that's really, as you can see how much the ball's moving as it's curling out of play, that ball's really sticking on that bat from behind her. It's kind of slingshotting out there. She'll be looking to face something up here.
There's a rip up the middle. Merritt able to make mincemeat out of it, able to turn two easily, right where she was standing. Had to move only a step to touch second and make the throw. Canada, blank slate with 2 out now for Kate Clowett, the catcher here for the Maple Leafs. Looks like Dowling is motioning for her infield to take a few steps back. Clowett does have a lot of power, and Team USA has 2 outs they're playing with. They're not exactly trying to pinch any hits here. They just want to get the easy out.
Yeah, taking any outs they can here. They've got Canada down here to 4 total outs left here in the game.
Salcedo trying to take the spin off of it. Yes, she does. Clowett bites. Merritt getting the last out of the inning. Team USA taking a 14-3 lead into the top of the 7th. And they're looking to add on some insurance runs, so it's a no-doubter on the way to this women's border battle here in Kitchener. Stick around.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. Mom! So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
Welcome to the top of the 7th inning at this women's border battle. We have a substitution. Kennedy Hauser in for Ches Tolbert, the center fielder. Tolbert with a 3-1 count against Lorenz. Team Canada playing true to the lip here in the middle infield here. There's Hauser. That's a brick house, but Lenny Stoddard is there to pick up the pieces. First out of the inning. Canada able to put away the new player in the ball game, and now that brings up Kristen Shiflett, the shortstop here, who's very speedy, and they do not want on the base paths.
Yeah, Canada's going to be fighting here for a goose egg. They haven't got one yet today. They need a goose egg and keep this as close as possible.
Shiflett, woof! Wow, she was able to wait so long, but her bat was able to stay in the plane for even longer, that she could still hit it all the way over there with that plate coverage. That was crazy. You don't see that very often. There's a shot. Will it find the gap? No, it won't. Solberg is able to make it over there from her middle infield position. Make a great grab for Team Canada, getting the second out that they really need here.
Yeah, we run the gauntlet now. Right, you're running the top of that lineup. Power here in the next 4 or 5 hitters. Good hitters the next 4 or 5 mixed with speed. There's lots going on here in the order. Starting this gauntlet run with 2 out is perfect.
That's right, and Chelsea Davis has been on fire this game so far. A huge threat on the American roster. Lorenz trying a quick pitcher, not give her too much to work with, adding some serious spin to that. We haven't seen too many knucklers from Lorenz. But Davis doesn't seem to be unfazed. She takes a strike there. Now she's playing with a full count here. 2 gone for the Canadians. The infield not giving themselves a lot of room in this situation. There's a shot to left field. Is that gone? It's off the mesh. They're able to play it. The ball's coming in, but Davis is so quick. She slides into second without any issue whatsoever. Great play from Patty Simon, but Team Canada had a little bit of luck with that ball staying in the park.
Yeah, we're talking about minimizing runs. That hit the top part of the mesh there, stayed in the ballpark. Have to stop any run scoring here. Keep this thing as close as possible.
Now that brings up another threat in the American roster. Kristen Dowling, the catcher with a runner in scoring position. This is where she likes to be, and this is what she likes to do. She likes hitting RBIs.
Yeah, true leader on this team on both sides of it, verbally and offensively.
And there we have Burns taking a step back, getting that weird hop, but she gets Dowling out and she ends the threat. Team Canada finally puts up a 0 that you were saying that was necessary at this point in the game. They go into the bottom of the 7th with the hammer, but stuck 11. 11 is a big lead, but not that big in slow pitch. It's definitely doable, especially with Team Canada and their lineup here. They're coming up with a lot of consistent hitters that are able to get on base and string hits together.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you look at it at the end of the game here, if you were to hold the Americans to 1-run innings, 3-run innings, 2-run innings, you'd say, you know what, we'll take that, we'll take our chances. The unfortunate part is when you look at Canada's side of the ledger and you see 4 goose eggs, a 2 and a 1, not the ideal situation here. 1 more inning left here. See if they can put up some sort of crooked number, double-digit number, clearly that they need to stay in this game. But as you've said, it's slow pitch, lots can happen. One small opportunity they'll take advantage of. Decent part of their order here with Tina Gulbranson, who's been very consistent, has had 2 hits in the game. They'll be looking to get it going, and Lenny, who's just been a workhorse for this Canadian team the whole weekend, both with the bat. We've seen her at the top of the lineup, middle of the lineup. She's in the 8-hole for this game.
And that might be the saving grace for Team Canada, because she's been the catalyst for the top of the order for the Maple Leafs all weekend long. Maybe this is exactly what Tony Carnello's had in mind, making that lineup with his coaching staff, that Lenny could be just as effective later on in the lineup when Team Canada needs a spark.
Yeah, Tony could have looked at, we didn't see all their games, but maybe he saw a dark spot on his lineup there and thought maybe Lenny was the spark in there to keep that part of the order rolling.
And we have Gulbranson stepping, offering.
It's gonna be
Will
down.
it drop? Yes, it does. She gets a leadoff single. Drops right in front of Jess Tolbert for the Americans. Canada leading off here with a hit.
Yeah, I like that energy from Tina. Made the hit, put her head down, and rocketed down that line, taking advantage of any potential opportunity, a kickball, anything, just to take forces off or put pressure on the U.S., who haven't felt much at all this afternoon.
And the hustle is what separates the good players from the great players. And we're looking at some great players on this diamond here. Lenny Stoddard getting herself into a bit of a situation here on a knuckler, but not when Shiflett's out there. She runs and tracks that ball down. What a surprising play from Shiflett. Not surprising because we didn't think she could do it, but there were 4 players crashing in on that ball, but she was able to hold on to it and call dibs on it on a play that may have been just as difficult for Jess Tolbert out in center.
Yeah, good communication there. She clearly called it. You could see the other girls spread off there at the last moment, and she hustled right on through.
We have another change coming in for Jess O'Quinn. Tanya Gulbranson, number 9, with a chance here to put Canada in a good situation. And there she fouls out the first pitch. Trying to get some feedback from the third base coach on the Canada side here. Team USA does not look like they are shaking in their boots. They look really relaxed here.
Yeah, Tara keep them under control, yelling at her infielders. They're relaying a lot of information, continuing on what they've done for 6 innings that have made them successful.
Gulbranson takes the ball here. Oof, cheers from the crowd, the sea of red. That could have gone either way, but now she's playing with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, let's see if she takes advantage. Another potential small break here for Team Canada.
And she lets that one go deep. Full count here. Salcedo having to take a break from the previous pitch, and now she comes back. She's got to come back with something good. There's a rip to the right center gap. Will that drop? Yes, it does. Run, Gulbranson, run. Here we go.
Gulbranson chasing Gulbranson.
Tina and Tanya making some work happen here for the Maple Leafs. Tina crossing the plate, pointing out to her sister Tanya at third, coming off the bench. Great piece of hitting on a full count, no doubt, finding the spot in the field that has been absolutely money for Team Canada and also Team USA. That right center field alley has been great for opportunities to run the base paths and score some runs here. And now we're seeing Klunder up at the dish here.
Yeah, Tony Carnello's pushing the buttons here, seeing if he can get a spark. Never too late. You have any chance to score runs, you're still alive.
And Team Canada is still alive. There's only one out in this inning. The inning for all the marbles. There's Klunder with the shot up the middle. Can Merritt hold on to it? She knocks it down. She makes the throw in time. Good run for Klunder and a great piece of hitting, but Merritt just knows where to be at all times.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times this weekend with a numerous amount of players. They always seem to find a way to get themselves involved in the play. And certainly that was one of the times.
And that's their second out. The Americans in the driver's seat here. None on, 2 gone, and Team Canada bringing in Kira Lyons. We've seen it short for most of this weekend, especially today. Very quick, but also very fierce at the plate. And Team USA's middle or infield giving themselves maybe a couple steps to deal with and just get the easy out. Not seeing too much movement.
And there's a big hole there on the right side if Kira can be dialed into it.
There's a shot. Merritt with the backhand makes the throw. Team USA are your border battle champions. The gloves are up in the air. The hugs are going all around. The red, white, and blue earned it today. 14-5 victory in 7 innings against the reigning champ Canadian national team. They're coming out too. They're giving their hugs. Disappointment is definitely understandable for the reigning champs, but at the same time, Team USA certainly earned the win.
They sure did. They came out aggressively early, took that edge, I think, off the Canadian women. They did have that target on their back. The U.S. let them know very early in the game what they were coming for. The Canadian ladies were not able to respond until late in this game.
And that's too bad to have that happen here on home soil. But you are right. Team Canada just had no answer for Team USA's strong defense, but also strong hitting and confidence at the plate. That's the difference for me, is I didn't see much confidence from Team Canada to be able to put balls in play when it needed to happen, especially for those 2 out rallies.
Yeah, a little bit of credit there. Maybe most of the credit to the U.S. pitcher, Tara Salcido there. She took advantage of maybe a little bit of the nerves early on. There were some poor swings, kind of got in the Canadians' head. She then controlled the game right from the start, right from that first pitch, and right through the 7th she was in control. She was just throwing strikes, getting balls put in play.
And here we have the post-game celebrations. Thank you for joining us. This women's border battle has come to a close. Team USA winning 14-5. They go home the champions for the 10th annual border battle, the 2nd annual for the women. Up next, we have the men duking it out. Team Canada and Team USA, please join John and myself at 6 o'clock.
Softball Canada Board Directors Ryan DeBelser. The ceremonial picture first, of course. A big round of applause for both teams, ladies and gentlemen. And now for the presentation of our trophies. To Team USA. more time, ladies and gentlemen, our 2018 Louisville Slugger Portable Champions, Team USA. Back to the top of the order.